Okay. So today I am interviewing Bella Melatesta, who I discovered on Instagram, and I've got my 10 questions. I'm going to try to set my little egg timer. We'll see if we do it. At least if we're close to 10. Okay. So, thank you for joining me.
Thank you.
And so tell me how I Am a Life blogger came to be. What got you started?
Yeah, so when I was a senior in high school, so about 2.5 years ago, I didn't know where I was going to go to college. I was kind of freaking out. Um, I was having a little bit of a crisis. So I kind of just started it in need to get stuff off my chest. That and I had a really bad reputation in high school that wasn't accurate to who I was at all. So
Oh
it's kind of
gosh.
also to like set that straight and like tell everyone that I'm not actually who they thought I was, and to like maybe like actually get to know people before they go and judge them. So yeah, those are like the
Wow.
main reasons.
Okay, I had no idea. That's crazy. Okay. So you are in college, right?
Yes.
And you work and
Mm-hmm.
you blog. So how do you keep it all together? How do you manage all that?
Yeah, so I actually have two jobs. So I work in a marketing agency and I am a server and bartender at a restaurant. Honestly, I starting this semester, I had a lot on my plate. I was working 7 days a week, super overwhelmed, just having like mental breakdown. So I really just like picked what was more important to me, and right now that's school and my marketing job. And I limited my hours at the restaurant. Um, and really it's just choosing like what you value more than others, and you have to like
Right.
prioritize your free time and
Right.
your mental health as well. So
Yes.
yeah, just like limiting the stuff that you think you can push to the side a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely easier said than done, but
Yeah,
um
exactly.
yeah. So I think partly actually what drew me to your Instagram is you're very vulnerable in your writing, and I'm just wondering if that's been somewhat therapeutic for you.
Oh yeah, without a doubt. Actually, when I was in high school, I hated writing. I was always a math person, and then once I started my blog, now I am going to school to hopefully become a professor in writing.
Oh,
um
wow.
yeah, so I just absolutely love it. It's like it just gives so much off my chest, and it also like helps me like acknowledge how I'm feeling. And that's
Yep.
something I struggled with a lot when I was younger, and now I've gotten a lot more comfortable with it. And yeah, just like whenever I'm feeling upset, the first thing I want to do is just like write it down, flow of consciousness, and then like go back and read through
Yeah.
it.
It's amazing how I'm the same way. Just writing it down like frees me of whatever it is that's bugging me.
Yes,
Um,
exactly.
yeah. Okay, so sorry, I'm reading some of my questions because they're kind of long, but so I found you on Instagram about a year and a half ago, and I am old enough to be your mom, but I just feel this certain connection to you. I think I see a lot of myself in you, and I think we're actually a lot alike. But except that when I was your age, I was not nearly as wise as you are. So I'm wondering, how are you so wise?
um I feel like I had this like special gift, which I didn't think was a gift until recently. But I was always the type of person that would learn from everyone else's mistakes. I know a lot of people think, oh, it like happened to them, so it's not gonna happen to me. But for me, it was
Right.
like I'm trying to avoid mistakes at all costs. So I learned a lot from like my friends, and my mom is also like a psychology professor, so she
Okay.
has taught me my entire life. We've been super, super close. So like everything I know, like I owe to her. She's taught me everything.
Oh, that's
Um,
wonderful.
but yeah, I feel like I connect with people of all ages, like especially like my mom's age, because I did learn from her. I think it's just because the things that people like, the issues that we have are not confined to one age
That's
category.
so
They're
true. Yeah, yeah,
relatable for everyone. So I
yeah,
think, yeah, I have audiences from like around your age to even like 15. So it just
yeah.
makes me realize that like no one's issues are, they're not the only one with those issues.
That's so true. We kind of forget when, I mean, I've done some work with elderly people, and I learned they're just the same as everybody else. They got the same thoughts in their head. They're just old or older.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So, and you seem to understand the side of social media that is fake, and you're kind of great at cutting through all that and just telling it like it is. But what would you tell someone who, if there was someone that came to you and uses social media to kind of set the bar to how as to how they look or act or want to be, what would you tell someone?
I would say if you are going to compare yourself to someone else on social media, you need to compare only the very highlights of your life and like look at those. And I think it's always, you can use social media as a tool to like strive for, but like I would never say you should base yourself and how your life is and like how you feel about yourself on someone else's Instagram or social media, because they're
Right.
only posting their highlights, they're not posting the negatives. But I mean, yeah, I do look at influencers and say like, oh, like I'm gonna work to have, you know, something that they have as like inspiration, but I'm not gonna feel bad about myself or where I am now. I mean,
Uh-oh. And we froze. Let's see if she comes back.
okay,
Oh,
I can hear you now.
yeah,
Can
I
you
can
see
hear
me?
you. I just don't see you.
Okay, I can't see you either. Oh no.
That's weird. Oh, there you are. Okay.
Sorry.
That was okay. That's fine. Okay, so I got what you said. You're right. It's just people are posting their highlights, not their very few are really showing their true selves. So,
Exactly. Yeah.
okay. So I got divorced almost 2 years ago, and I know your parents are going through a divorce right now, right?
Yeah.
Um, and I know a lot of people think that divorce only affects, little kids, but I've learned that that is very much not the truth. So how are you doing with all that, or how has it impacted you?
Yeah. So at first, me and my brothers, we thought that my parents should have been divorced like 5 years ago. So they
Okay.
always argued. And so at first, I didn't think that it was really going to be an issue for me. And then I think it was more of seeing how my parents acted now that they are not married, now that they're like that they can be their own person more. That was like
Mhm.
the most shocking for me. They both went through like their crazy phases like right after the divorce. Um, and now I've come to terms with it more, but I would say it definitely did affect me. It was really weird moving out of my childhood house, seeing my parents, you know, dating other people was really weird. Um, and then just like it's weird because I've always been super close with my entire family. We've always done everything together. So now that
Mhm.
I don't live with them, don't see them every day, we're really not doing things that often. It definitely has been hard.
Yeah.
But I think the main thing that I had to remember was it's making my parents happier.
Yeah.
And, you know, I don't have to live with them arguing all the time. So
Yeah. Yeah.
they're still friends. There's no animosity there, which definitely helps. But yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, it's hard for everyone.
Yeah. It's a process for sure. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so last week you shared a post on Instagram about some mental health struggles that you have been having, and I found it to be very raw and very honest, and actually kind of heartbreaking. It made me really kind of made me sad. Um, but I really commend you for allowing all of us to see what you were and are going through, because I think you're no doubt helping other people through that. So what was that like for you to write, and when did you decide to share that much on social media?
So writing it for me was, I actually like to write like in the moment, and so like at as stuff is happening. So I was actually on my walk, which I talked about in the blog post, and like just like crying on the side of the road, and I was like, I need to write about this right now. So it was therapeutic for me writing it at the moment.
Right.
But it also felt almost like I felt like pathetic in the moment that like I'm giving advice to all these people, but I'm having a hard time taking it for myself.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and so that's when I really like came to the realization that like I need to talk to someone. So I'm figuring out with my mom someone to talk to, and hopefully I will be going to a counselor within the next few weeks. But posting it honestly for me was, I was excited to post it rather than nervous, because
Mm-hmm.
I know that because I've been struggling with it for a while, and whenever I would read someone else post about it, which wasn't that often, it would give me comfort. So I was excited to like share my own story, and the people that were like commenting on it. Like the feedback I got was so positive. Everyone was saying like, I'm here for you if you need to talk. Like people I haven't even talked to in like several years.
Yeah.
So that was really comforting as well. So I just think
Yeah.
like getting off my chest was like
Yeah.
the best thing I could have done.
Yeah. Well, and that was my next question was how has the response been? But I'm guessing from what you're saying, it's been
Very
very
positive.
positive.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Just one little aside. I have a friend of my son's, just posted, it was really shortly after yours, I think it was on maybe Mental Health Day, which was just a couple days ago, posted that he was diagnosed with obsessive compulsive disorder. And which is something I think I knew that he had, but he finally came to understand it and just had like this huge like weight off of his shoulders by putting it on social media and letting the world know. And it just reminded me so much of yours because he got so much positive feedback and support. And so I was really proud of him for doing that.
Yeah. And it's not even really like, I don't need anyone to answer any of my questions. It's really just getting it off of my shoulders and like putting it out there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Having people like actually listen.
Yeah, exactly. So what are your long-term goals?
Honestly, with my Instagram at this point, I get asked this question a lot. I just want to continue to write because for me, it's more of like a passion thing, something I love to do rather than, I want to like grow my follow count or like I want
Yeah.
to be sponsored by like this company or whatnot. It's really more of just like, I want to connect the people that are reading it to one another and know that they have me that they can come to and talk to. They have any questions about anything, I can try my best. Obviously, I don't have the answers to everything.
Yeah.
But yeah, just like pursuing writing, allowing it to like connect me to other people and just learn more about myself and how I'm feeling and hopefully grow
Yeah.
through the process.
And you never know what opportunities that'll open up if you just keep doing what you love.
Exactly.
Okay, my last question. So thank you for doing this interview with me. I know you're busy and really appreciate you agreeing to do it. I think you are changing the world. You may not realize it now, you may not realize it ever, but I do think you are. I think by sharing what you're going through, by being so vulnerable, you are touching the lives of so many people and a lot of people out there that probably don't comment even. So I really do believe that. You've made it okay to tell other people that you're not okay. So having said all that, and you kind of alluded to this a little bit, but how are you doing now? And do you feel like, are you taking some steps to take care of yourself?
Yeah. I feel like, with mental health and being the age I am right now and all the uncertainty that's happening and craziness in the world right now, it definitely has taken a toll, but every day, especially in like every post, I feel like I'm getting a little bit better. I will be talking to a counselor soon, so I'm really excited to do that because that's always been something I've, felt that I didn't need to do.
Yeah.
But I am really looking forward to that. And yeah, every day it gets a little better. Obviously, there's setbacks every now and then, but for the most part, slowly
Good.
but surely.
Good. That makes me happy. Well, keep up your writing, keep sharing, keep doing what you're doing because it definitely resonates. And thank you for being here with me.
Thank you so much.
All right.